What are your thoughts on Gen Z coming into the workforce now, especially with all the changes with, you know, COVID and remote working and this whole new world?
I mean, you know, I evaluate each generation with objectivity and with empathy. Every generation, based on the experiences they had growing up. This is why we can make generalizations about entire generations, because there are common experiences. Obviously, they're not universal, but there are common experiences that patterns do exist in worldview or even sometimes behavior. So I don't think of any generation as good or bad or right or wrong. They have opportunity and they have liability. This youngest generation, based on how they grew up, very, very good at personal branding. They understand it. They're an activist generation. You know, the generation before them love to tweet their discontent about something, but this youngest generation, they're activists. They'll boycott and they'll rally, and they're much more. They show up a lot more for the things that they care about. The liabilities, they, you know, like the generation before them, they seem to lack some of the coping mechanisms to deal with stress more than previous generations. That's why we see increased rates of mental health issues, depression, anxiety, even suicide. Again, it's not unique to this younger generation, but there are patterns that skew it. Also, confrontation avoidant, very afraid of asking for help, very afraid for asking for something. You know, I've heard many stories in businesses of young people who would rather quit their jobs than ask for a raise, which is astonishing for a generation like mine, which is like, hey, can I have a raise? I've been working really hard, you know? So yeah, I mean, there's challenges, and I think we as leaders have an opportunity to help teach those human skills. As I said before, you know, different generations have human skills that the others should learn, and different generations lack some human skills that the others should learn. And if we lead with empathy, we learn what those human skills are, we can do a better job to manage them and teach those skills. Yes, it's still sometimes very, very frustrating. I get that. But I think that's our responsibility as leaders, which is to see those around us rise.
Hey Foundr fam, we hope that you loved that clip. If you did, you can click through right here to watch the full interview. You don't want to miss this one. See you there.